What's going on, everybody? It's your boy King Seriously here with my main man Adrian, and today we have a special guest. I'm going to say special because this individual is very dear to my heart. He has known me before the whole serious moniker, before the anything of who I am. He's seen me in my pure developmental stage. We've been friends since we've been kids. Middle school, I believe. It's middle school, right?
Yeah. Like eighth, ninth grade.
Introducing to you all, this is Turn Up. What's
What's
going on,
What's
good,
up,
Turn
bro?
Up?
brother? What's up? Good, the
Man,
good brother, the good brother.
definitely grateful to be here on the podcast. Been watching for a minute, been tuning in, participating. So
I
it's cool to
appreciate you,
be on
man.
this side of things.
Appreciate you. Anybody that supports us, I appreciate because you don't have to.
Yeah,
You
man,
know,
it's
so
it's good to have you, man. It's good to have you. When you definitely said that you wanted to get in, it's funny because yeah, when you said you wanted to get in, I said yeah, I'll hit you up, and then I hit you up, and I hit you up earlier this week, and I hit you up today, and I was like, hey man, you all set? I didn't know we was confirmed. Oh shit, in my head, bro, it was already a go. I didn't
Yeah,
even, I wasn't even thinking. You're absolutely right. But nah, man, I'm excited to have you on, man. I know you definitely have me and you. We've had a lot of good conversations just like over the years, period. So like
yeah,
I know your mindset and how you think. That's why we're as cool as we are because we share similar ideas, but when we do cross paths, it's pretty respectful.
of
It's
course.
you know. So
that's all. It has to be. That's all.
this is my guy,
Yeah,
man.
man.
My guy. Adrian,
Sir, yes, sir.
the
What's
4th of
happening?
July, man. Like turn up. It's the 4th of July, man. Like this is here.
It is.
We are already midway through the year.
And what a year it is.
How was
Yeah, man.
how was that possible? Already midway through the year. Like yesterday, we was just saying Happy New Year's. Like,
No, we weren't always saying Happy New Year. We were like, can we just get this over with? That's what we were doing.
what are you trying to get over with? Don't be putting a speed up on my life, man.
Nah,
I'm
get,
trying to
get rid of
stretch this
COVID, man.
33 out for as long as I can, yo.
We're trying to get rid of the past year of COVID and dealing with all that bullshit and dealing with the trauma and the deadliness of everybody in the world being involved in infectious disease that can kill you if you breathe on people. That was a lot.
That
I,
shit that shit ain't over.
Yeah,
no, it ain't over.
yeah,
But I also think this year is more so. I think it's an awakening. I say this every podcast. It's an awakening because we all had downtime to sit there and really look inward of ourselves in the world, and now we're all coming out of it at the exact same time, and everybody basically for the first time in a long time, everybody's feeling probably the same way. You know, scared, paranoid, anxious. We're just going through all the stages of grief. You know,
Not 100% on that because I mean, just me browsing and viewing on social media, there's a lot of people excited to be outside.
no.
That's the new hashtag.
No,
We outside. I
I'm
don't
not
see a
saying
lot of
being
grieving
outside.
people.
Well, I'm saying in acceptance, part of grief is acceptance, right?
Mm.
So everybody's accepted. Listen, I might die if I go outside the way things are working. So that's why I think the turn up, no pun intended, and this summer is so like serious. I think people are going absolutely crazy because they
yeah,
sat in that house and just stewed. And now you see, you got mass shootings, you got parties nonstop, you got people doing all kind of crazy shit, and you're like, what happened? I think we were built up. A lot of the shooters built up. You know what they need, right? You know what they
the
need.
purge.
Nope, post nut clarity.
Not the purge and not the
Ah,
post nut clarity.
Yeah,
I didn't like neither one of those answers.
man.
Jeez.
It's coming, bro.
shit.
It's
They
something's
they go
coming.
they going to start purging niggas that ain't got the vaccine. That's probably like that vaccine thing, man. That joint. It's like there's politics, there's religion, and then there's where you stand on this vaccine thing. It is divisive, man.
It's very divisive. And the thing is, it's divisive for all the wrong reasons. It shouldn't have been a divisive issue. It's like, hey, people are 650,000 people died in a year, in this country in a year. Maybe we all should get something so we don't have to get that. Nah, it's against my freedoms. Okay.
Nah, I mean that's one way of looking at it.
What's the other way of looking at it?
I mean, you're
The Tuskegee experiment.
Now,
you're acting like us having a what is
I'm
it?
not.
A resistance or a second thought to this vaccine idea is like unwarranted. It's
No, no,
like
no, no,
it's not
no.
like our government is like been super trustworthy.
I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I'm gonna let Adrian go, but I'm gonna ask y'all a question at the end. Go ahead.
I completely agree, and that's the reason why I made sure at the place I work, I was one of the spokesmen for like why people of color are not getting it. And I brought up this Tuskegee experiment and different other things that's happened in our history. But in the same vein, this was before internet. This was before that you could track shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you can go onto the CDC's website and you talk to medical professionals online, like right next to you, and they're telling you, hey, this shit is safe. This is what's in it. Because I've done my research. I know what's in it. I know what they're gonna put in it. And on top of that, I think Chris Rock had the best quote I've heard about the whole vaccine controversy. Do you take Tylenol? Do you take Advil? Do you know what's in those? You have no idea what's in those two drugs, right? I don't. And we pop those every single time we have a headache or a muscle ache or something. It could be a placebo. We don't know. So you're willing to take Tylenol, but you're not willing to take a vaccine. They don't say, well, it was made too fast. Well, no, it's a coronavirus strain. There's been different coronaviruses throughout the years. They figured out ways to make it better.
Let me quick rebuttal that one. I'm willing to take Tylenol because before I was born, niggas was taking Tylenol.
No, they're taking cocaine.
It wasn't a fresh new thing that was popping out to where we're still kind of.
Tylenol was not Tylenol. It was cocaine.
Tylenol doesn't predate 87.
Coca-Cola was cocaine.
Coca-Cola was cocaine. Also in Tylenol there was cocaine.
Tylenol doesn't predate 87.
No, what?
Tylenol, Advil, painkillers don't predate 87?
Yeah, some of them, but not all of them. Some of it's just new, man.
Tylenol is new?
It's not as old as you think it is.
Does it predate 87?
Yes.
All right, nigga. So if it predates 87, don't talk to me about my hesitancy with something that just came out last year.
1955 is when Tylenol
55. Okay, niggas was taking. Hold on, wait. Niggas was taking Tylenol. They got their trial and errors out. They got their. Hey, look. Hey, by the time 87 came around, Tylenol's proven you got a headache, pop this, whatever. All right. So by the time I came around and taking it, 90s, whatever, early 2000s, whatever. It's like, all right. I've seen a nice little track record of this thing that people have taken. All right, sure, why not? Don't tell me that. Wait, why are you so hesitant about something that came out last year?
Every medicine that I take grows from the earth. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So I don't take Tylenol or nothing. Like
and that's a good thing for you. And that's where we're supposed to be. And I think eventually we're gonna start to going that way because you gotta think doctors recommended cigarettes back in the day just to they smoke cigarettes, you won't eat so much.
Which actually kind of goes to your point. Like, why would I trust all of these professionals and shit like that now have the platform, that now have like the ability to lie to our face and just, oh yeah, sign me up. Like this was my question. When has the government ever given out something regardless of race, age, socioeconomic status, poverty level for free? When has the government ever done that?
The FDA hasn't accepted the vaccine yet. Is that true? The FDA hasn't. So you want to talk to me about my hesitancy to taking a vaccine?
The reason why the government, in this instant, that the government's like, oh, we got to give a shit out for free, is because if you kill off your population, you have no population to govern. We're losing what, 60,000 people a month? Now, say we don't take a vaccine, right? We're not taking it. It's not approved. We're not going to do anything. We're not even going to mess with it. Now, triple that, because all we're going to do is get closer and closer together of a viral infectious disease. I don't want, hey, forget the lockdowns. Nah, man, let everybody out back outside. Cool, let them back outside. Let the kids go back to school. Cool, let them go back to school. Let everybody do what they're doing before. Let it take its course. In the 1920s, when in 1918 to 1921, the world lost 60 million people due to Spanish flu. Now, you take 60 million people back then, it's about 120 million people now. We only have 330 million people in this country. So extrapolate those numbers out. Without a vaccine, we're damn near losing a good third of the country to death. We're in the millions now. Because now we are doing exactly what we have learned from our mistakes. But the exact thing happened back in right after World War II. Everybody came back, and everybody celebrating. Oh, we did it. Yeah, and they had a party in Philadelphia. That December, 200,000 people died. There's one thing about be hesitant on experiments, and I understand everybody's hesitant on that, and you should be hesitant on what you put into your body. But in situations where it's a mass casualty situation, there's something has to be to stop the mass casualty. Because if you don't, it's in interest. I mean, World War One. I'm sorry. It's in the interest of the government to keep society healthy. But look all the essential workers we had all of a sudden. When were they essential before? If you lose your construction workers, you lose your fast food workers, you lose your restaurant. Oh my God, the restaurant industry fucking took a nosedive. You lose all this stuff. Now what do? Who are you governing? Now you're in chaos. So I completely understand both sides of that coin, but taking the vaccine makes sense because we have learned from our mistakes. We tried this already and it didn't work. We lost a president because of this, even though he's a racist ass president, Woodrow Wilson. We lost him because of Trump was doing the exact same thing Woodrow Wilson did. Exact same thing. Ignore it. It'll be all right. Be good. You wipe your hands. Wash your hands. Put some bleach in your system. You're dead. You're fine. Millions of people dead. I mean, I get it. I understand the hesitancy, but this is just science now.
Yeah, and science has been, if anybody on here watches It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, we all know science is a lying bitch sometimes.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
science is a liar sometimes. Like it's
go ahead.
there's not really much of anything that can convince me. Like, and okay, so if you are for the vaccine, what do you think about the incentives that are being offered to take this vaccine? Like, there are states that are offering college
Chicken and
tuition.
watermelon. Oh, college
Yeah,
tuition. They offering college.
they offering college. They offering you could be in a raffle for like $1 million. There are jobs right now that will give you a $250 signing bonus if you get the vaccine.
I think it goes back to my point when I'm saying if you don't have a workforce, you don't have a country. So we're going to incentivize everything. But also, what it does, and this is what I mean by a waking up moment of this country, it shows the hypocrisy of the government within itself. Because if you can raffle off $1 million, why can't you take that money and give it to poor people? You know what I'm saying? If you can give me a bonus for getting a vaccine for $250, then why could you give me a bonus regardless? You know, if the vaccine on one hand is like great, you're stopping the country from going down. On the other hand, you're showing your hypocrisy because you've always had that money. You've always had that money right there for us.
Wait. No one's ever doubted that America doesn't have money.
No. What Americans always say is, oh, the debt is trillions of dollars, and we can't afford to pay this, and this will be too expensive, and that's just a handout. No.
Yeah, I mean the
we pay
hypocrisy.
taxes.
The hypocrisy signs way before that, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
what I'm saying is what the vaccine also does shows that we can cure diseases. We can help fix cancer. We can do all this stuff. We choose not to because the pharmaceutical company in this country, a bunch of drug dealers. And it's been proven. Look, Johnson Johnson just lost a big court case for vapes. Fucking the opioids, the family that did all the opioids, they just lost some odd $1 billion. They just had to fork over to families. It's coming to light. But with the vaccine, you got to be nuanced about it because now you're infecting everybody. World leaders are getting infected from from coronavirus and dying. I mean, Boris Johnson almost died from it. You know what I'm saying? Trump got it on, and if he wasn't the president, he'd have died from that shit. So now it's affecting me.
That's when they
That's
had
who,
to whip out the
that's so I know.
Yeah.
That's how I know this
open
shit
up the
works.
safe.
I know it's safe because when rich white people start line up and taking a vaccine, you know it's safe. You know
For
it's safe.
them.
Man, they could start getting some placebos. Like they've never gotten like rich white people have never gotten anything right for black people. Like
Yeah.
look at the
So here's the thing: if you
skincare products. Like we end up breaking out more because they don't have things that like are for our skin or our hair. Like
oh no,
damn our culture and our
you're
heritage.
absolutely right
Like
about that. But in this instance, it's in their self interest because without us, without people of color working the poor jobs, because well, who do they say that black people, Latinos, were the most affected by COVID,
I
right?
bet.
Yeah. So with that, it's in their interest to make sure they give us a vaccine. But if not, who's going to be taking care of all the stuff in the country? Who's going to be working all the shifts? The poor
Here's the
shifts.
thing though, too. Take the vaccine and get your ass back to work too. Like
Oh yeah.
go
Oh
back to the
yeah.
Hey,
Oh
coal mine.
this
Go
is
yeah.
back to
Oh yeah.
this is sounding
Get back
real.
outside.
This is
Get back
sounding
outside.
real. What's that lady from The View? Joy.
Bayhart.
Behart. That what you said got a little Joy Behartish for a second, yo. Who's gonna clean your toilets, Mister Trump? You it got a little Joy Behartish for a second, bro.
But look,
You
but
was
think about
like, you gotta save them because who's gonna work your restaurants? Who's gonna clean your floors?
right.
Who's gonna
but
pick
that's
your oranges?
Who's
Like,
gonna
whoa,
saute
man,
your steak?
wait a minute,
but
wait
this
a
is facts
minute,
though.
man.
But it's factual. It's I'm saying a quiet part out loud. It's factual. The labor force in this country is made up of people, poor white people, then poor black people, Latinos. If you kill off that labor force, you have no profit to make. You cannot make a profit without labor force. Therefore, I must cure my labor force in order to me continue making money. So I have to give them bonuses. I have to uh, give them incentives for taking a vaccine. If y'all die, I don't want to go in that field and pick them grapes. I don't want to work
Hmm.
at Wendy's.
I mean, I've just never thought that it was right. Like if I did work a job, I think I worked at a movie theater uh when I knew Sirius. Like when I was at Crossland Sirius, I used to work a movie theater every weekend,
Mhm.
and the people that were managing me couldn't do the job that I could do.
Nope,
And I've always thought that was piss poor. Like
they're not
if you
supposed to.
can't do this,
It's funny.
how are you running me?
Yeah, how our system is set up is if you're a manager, your job is to manage the people, not the systems, the people. You manage the people to do the stuff that needs to be done. Your job is to manage. That's all that they want you to do. Trust me, I've had this argument with so many people. I think it's so stupid that you hire people that don't know how to do the job. That doesn't make any sense to me. How are you in charge of me? You can't do what I do. You're supposed to be the example. you know. So that's how the system is set up. The system is set up for if you're a manager, you don't manage the store. You manage the people, and you let those people run everything else. That's how they want it done. That's the capitalist way of doing things.
A lot of power in a person's hands. It's not a manager.
Yeah,
Right?
but the problem is they don't know that. They don't know how much power they have in their hands. They don't know that if you could just if y'all got together, if we all got together and walked out, if we all got together and banded together and like really put a foot in the capitalist structure of the country, oh that's when change is going to happen. But the problem is when you're starving, you're gonna take a slice of bread.
Yeah, I
You're not
feel
gonna
like
wait around for that. Yeah.
that's the opportunity that we had with this whole like pandemic. Like we really
Mm-hmm.
had an opportunity to reset shit,
Yep.
and it was like the vaccine came and everybody was like, "Oh fuck it, let's just go back to normal." Like I
Mm-hmm.
never wanted to go back to normal.
Nope.
I
Me
never
neither.
want to go back to normal.
No.
Like this
Absolutely
shit
not.
has been flawed and it's
Mm-hmm.
been messed up, but everybody's just itching to get back outside and wear the damn TikTok leggings and shit. Like we gotta get we gotta get off of this, yo. Like I even I'm an artist, like I play guitar, and so our industry went like poof,
Mm-hmm.
like down because everyone decided that it's funny how everybody wants to be entertained by creatives until like they got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can scroll on Instagram for free and get your laughs and get your entertainment there, but when you actually got to like go to a gig or buy an album, you know. So I was even in the artist industry, we had some little things like we're gonna do Blackout Tuesday where we not gonna post or not gonna share our artistry, but then how we gonna eat? So
Mm-hmm.
I get it, like I understand, but I think we just got to call to a higher standard at this point. Like creatives and people who actually make art worth buying and getting should be getting paid way more at this point because we have noticed that we need it. Like, if you had nothing else during the pandemic, you had something to look at and laugh at. You had a
Yeah.
meme or a joke or something to
Mm-hmm.
enjoy.
That's true. But I'm thinking. So I hear what you're saying, and more appreciation and due has to be given to the artists, especially the ones that was keeping the world going when the world shut down.
Absolutely.
But I don't know, man. Like, unless you're changing the structure as a whole, which we're not, or they're not, or we're not, because you still got to eat. That capitalist structure is still there. Nobody's asking. We tried to get put people in place to where that structure can change with Bernie and blase blase. It didn't work.
It's not going to happen that easy.
So it's like, in order for us to sustain our quality of life, when the world shut down, yeah, we had the entertainers to kind of keep us sane. Not even kind of, to keep us sane. But you gotta rebuild the structure that's already there. It's not because it didn't change, because it's not, there's no real big shift that's going to cause it to change. So you have to rebuild it in order for it to sustain the body.
Because again, and it goes back to, I don't want to get too into this, but it goes back to white supremacy. It goes back into this country is built a certain way. It's built. It's been watered. It's been raised, been controlled to be this way. That the only way this is going to happen, something serious has to happen. Another political party needs to happen, or something like that needs to happen. We're almost there. We're getting to the point where the Republican Party might break into two. If that happens, then you will see monumental change because then the party of the Democrats will have the majority of the power. And then you could push to make change. But right now, this whole even Joe Biden, all right, he's doing some decent things. He still wants to bring the country together. Why? He still wants to reach out to that 38% who's never going to believe he's the president of the United States. Why? Fuck them. Move forward. Because at this point in time, he has to pull an FDR move. After the World War One, FDR, when FDR got elected, he's like, you know what? We're getting out of after it was after Hoover. After the Great Depression, we're like, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. I want Social Security. We're doing these programs and these programs and these programs. He rolled out the New Deal with so many fucking programs that it fundamentally changed the whole entire country. But then it took another 20 some odd years for we could actually do anything. Then the 80s hit. So honestly, our renaissance of people of color is now. This is our renaissance. We are the ones that have to change what's going on. We have to realize that if it's sports, if it's entertainment, we have all the power. There's if entertainers got together and sports athletes got together and realized what kind of power they hold, man, shit. Imagine this. Imagine they go to the Olympics and every black athlete does not do anything. Every single black athlete in the Olympics right now says, you know what, we're good. We'll go, but we're not participating. You know what kind of power that will send to the rest of the world? But unfortunately, we're not there yet. We got some time to we're getting there. The
What
awakening is
what
happening.
what would that send to the rest of the world?
That you hold no power. A perfect example, black TikTok right now. TikTok, all the TikTok black creators, stop
Yeah.
posting dance moves. Stop posting dance moves. Stop doing all that. There has been such a void of that entertainment on TikTok that they're trying to figure out, oh shit, they might start their own whole new site because we have all the power. This country doesn't work without us.
So what is that? What has that done to TikTok's bottom line?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to that far. I don't know what's done to the bottom line, but I know it's changed a lot of algorithms. I know it's like you're not seeing all these dances and stuff like that. They're trying to prove a point. I think they're not. I think a lot of folks are not going about it right. I think they need to find some like um political help. Reach out to somebody higher up than them. Bob Johnson, the 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 the, the first black billionaire in this country. Reach out to him because somebody has to go. All right, we don't care about your feelings anymore. We don't care if you're uncomfortable. That's the only way it's going to work. It's not going to a revolution is not going to work just like just slowly going slow. You got to hit them in the fucking head. Then they go,
Yeah.
oh shit, oh damn. Just like the whole and they were it was like just how everybody's now increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour because they have to because people won't come back to work. They got to pay people more money now. So you take that and extrapolate out some to black people, to Hispanic people, to Asian people, and go, we're not providing the services you guys are used to without this. You know, I mean, I hate to say, Diddy had a good idea. He's like, there needs to be a black political party or political party of people of color so they can start understanding their power.
So this is my thing, and
We don't understand our power yet. We don't.
I
As a whole, we don't.
I agree with your point to a degree. My only question is, well, my only concern is, okay, yeah. So like the create. That's why I asked about the idea about the bottom line. Things don't change unless money changes.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is. So if black people decided that they weren't going to participate in the Olympics would still go on, and you would, the other people would still just cheer for whoever's the fastest of whoever's left. It's not like the race. It's not like the race would stop.
But look at it this way.
I see what you're saying.
It like the ball would just keep moving without us.
It'd be a slow ass race.
With TikTok, yeah, I agree. Maybe all the black creators and things like that. All right, maybe we should get our own platform. So we all get our own platform. That platform turns up bigger, gets bigger than TikTok. That's ideally that's what I would want to happen. But like, unless TikTok, with everybody leaving, unless TikTok's numbers started going away, then it wouldn't really make a difference. We'd just be watching a bunch of white creators and
the thing is, we don't know.
And white people making life hacks and stuff. It would just be white Latino. It would be everybody else but black people making content on TikTok. In other words, unless we have a plan that's going to make an impact that's going to be greater than what already exists, then the ball is just going to keep rolling without us. We're just not going to be the one, in line to kick it anymore.
I don't think so. You take away. You say if let's say, for instance, basketball and football. Every black athlete says, "Okay, we're done. We're done." It's not going to happen because you have black Republicans also. You have black conservatives also who believe in the rest. They've been brainwashed to believe all this other shit. If you take away football and you take away NBA, you're taking away billions of dollars in revenue for states.
At the same time, I see what Sirius is saying too, because it's kind of like those spots are going to be filled regardless. And so
that's
what I'm seeing will happen is they'll be like, finally, we got them out. Now it can be the National Basketball Association that we intended for it to be. Now it can be the NFL that we wanted all along. Just us. You know what I mean? Like
some boring layup having.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, but football wouldn't stop. Basketball wouldn't stop. Like, sports wouldn't stop. It would
make a point.
It just wouldn't be as entertaining anymore. But like, that ball would still get shot. There would still be touchdowns unless all these black athletes were to get together and start leagues, and these leagues end up being bigger than what already exists.
Yes, that's what you
I don't.
But see, therein lies my point.
And
You
like you
get
said, and with a structure like that in itself, it wouldn't happen anyway. It wouldn't even be feasible. It wouldn't be feasible for the people for any black athletes to say, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and just quit
no,
because
yeah,
they already have a lifestyle that they need to afford to keep up. So like I said, unless they're leaving to go to something that's at same equal value or greater, that it wouldn't make a difference is what I'm saying.
and that's why I said this country is like a Chinese finger cuffs. Because the more you try to pull away, the tighter it gets. Because you can't. Yeah, we want to separate. Yeah, we want to do this. Yeah, we want. But if you get a slice of bread tastes better than nothing, you know. I need something to
Yeah.
eat. You give me a slice of bread, I'll take that. Yeah, so and so is poor and out there, but you know what? So is my family. I'm sorry, I gotta look out for mine. That's the mentality where we're not unified. The moment we become unified, things change. But this too is too much. We have Kanye West, one of the biggest hip hop stars of all time, praising Donald Trump. You know he's not the only one. You know he's not the only one. Herschel
Yeah.
Walker is talking about, oh, I'm gonna run for a Georgia State Senate to beat Raphael Warnock because Trump's backing me. We can't come together because it's gonna be like there's a percentage of black people who believe that shit. So it's like it's a time in history where it's so up in the air.
So Adrian, you do this all the time.
What? You think? I know.
You do this all the time. You'll make a point, I'll make a rebuttal to the point, and then you'll do something that it's like it agrees with me,
Not
but
really.
then like not really. Like, and then I lose what side you're on every single time. Like,
Because
there's
here's the
no
thing.
real
Because here's the thing.
there's no
Life
real
is
debate or argument to be
life.
had.
Life's not about fights. It's nuance. Everything is nuance. I understand we're doing a debate, and that's what we do on the show. But everything is nuanced because not everything is 1 plus 1. It's just not. And it's in this situation right now. I
You
agree
did
with
it
you.
damn sure better be.
Yeah, you would think it would be, right? It doesn't, man.
Nah.
It doesn't.
Nah.
Like the whole like we were talking about like the whole the Olympics, right? In the
Mm.
Olympics right now, so Simone Biles is getting points deducted because she's trying to trick harder than everybody else, right? The black hair care line came out with a swim bonnet for with natural hair, our natural hair. That's against Olympic committee. There's nothing with BLM. It should be shown in Olympics at all, right? And the stupidest one is I can't pronounce her name. The girl Richardson, last name's Richardson, right? Her mom died. She smoked a joint to deal with it, and now she can't run in the Olympics. But in the state of Oregon, it's legal.
Right.
She was in Oregon when it happened. It's so many things are stupid, but reality at the same time.
So I mean, what's the Olympics rule? Like, what's the rules when
No
you're running?
performance. They say no performance enhancing drugs. And
Okay,
I don't know about y'all,
so that's
but
it. Like, it's not like no drugs. Period. It's just no PEDs.
mm-hmm. But marijuana is still on the list of what's class one or class what I forgot the class of it. I forgot what it's called. But it's still considered a drug.
Mhm.
So therefore, you fail a drug test, that's it. Which is
So that means their net isn't just performance enhancing drugs.
no,
It's
it's their
drugs.
net state.
Periods.
Drugs period. Yeah, I'm sorry, drugs period. Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't know about y'all. I've smoked weed many times in my life. I've never ran faster.
Nah, nah, it's definitely not something that's going to enhance. In fact, I think the fact that she hit a J before she ran and still beat these niggas is probably why they're trying to shut that shit down.
Say it
We,
again. Say
we
it
can't
again.
even on drugs, they're faster than us. They're
Mm-hmm.
smarter. They're better. They're more efficient. They're better. And we can't stop them. We don't want them to rally. We don't want them to connect. We don't want them to unify, which I think has been I mean, that's in Willie Lynch's How to Make a Slave off break. Like,
Yeah.
separate them, put them apart, like get them to fight one another. which
You
is
got to
shit that we still do today, unfortunately.
you got to think they actually bred out the weakest of our race. You know what I'm saying? They actually bred out during slavery the weakest of our race, and now, 400 years later, they're surprised that we are good at everything athletic, that we are inventing everything that's needed. Why are you surprised by this? You did it to yourself. You took. Oh, well, we're gonna make you slaves, but you know what? We don't want any weak ones because we need all the strong ones. Now you have kids that are 10th grade, 6'2", 6'3". What do you expect?
Yep.
Some of the major inventions in this country have been but invented by all people of color. You did this, and now you're mad.
Now there was an ideology that basically stated that because of the conditions that Black people have had to suffer, that is why we're so resilient. Similar to someone saying like, well, if Reagan didn't flood the streets with crack, then we would never have a Biggie Smalls because or Jay-Z because that's what their content is about. That's what their
Cause
stuff
and
is
effect.
about. But I don't. I mean, is it worth it though? Like, is that kind of trauma that we experience every day to the point of where like we don't even see it as trauma? Like this is just.
Not
I think you said it.
not
You said it last week, Adrian. You said because I was bringing up Baby Boy. I was like, Baby Boy is the greatest Black movie, one of them of all time to me. And you was like, that's just hood drama. But hood drama is Black trauma. Like that's what we are kind of used to at this point. So we can just call like, oh, them that's just the hood niggas over there. But like, nah, that's trauma. Like that's shit that we've been dealing with or trying to deal with for decades at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to remember if I'm just hearing you say this like recently, or have you been saying that for a long time?
But
Turn
I've
up
been
about Baby Boy being.
yo, Baby Boy is still be and the reason why I say that is because like when we were in school, I identified with Jody. Like I got it. I was like, damn man, like you got this nigga in the kitchen butt naked, drinking up all the Kool-Aid and shit. But then, like, as I matured and got older, it was like, whoa,
So now
whoa.
are you that nigga in the kitchen butt naked
Now I'm
drinking up the
now
cool?
I'm the nigga I'm the nigga that's like, hey, you want your mama to be your woman, but this is my woman here. This is my woman.
He turned into
Nah,
Big
baby
Brains
boy,
all of a sudden.
you got messed up in your head. Like,
I mean, but now if you say about it, you could look at it. You could look at Baby Boy as a transitional movie
it definitely is.
because
But you know what's sad about it though? It's sad that this nigga had to go through all of this shit just to
grow up.
move out of his mother house and move in with his girl. Like,
But you
that's
think
the
about.
happy ending. Like,
But I think what they did now that you say something, now that I'm really thinking about it, like the different characters in the movie all had an evolution, bad or good, you
mm-hmm.
know. And I think that's and you like you said, man, you might think about this one. Baby Boy might be a classic Black movie
Yo,
because
Baby
of the
Boy
sense
is
that
is
you
it.
know Omar Gooding's character, his evolution, Snoop's character, the abusive Black man in a household, old school, you know, uh, Vin Rames, the ex-con, now a better dad, trying to give you some tough love. Everybody represents somebody we know. We all know
The,
somebody like one of them people.
everybody, the single mother,
Yep.
uh, the booster,
Yep.
like how he was getting his money up and what he decided to spend his money on after he
Mhm.
got it up.
The one
The
dude who gets spinning rims on his car when he can't pay his rent.
ca- the damn the fact that the son the son that he had with Taraji Henson is older than the baby that he had, so he obviously cheated and made another baby. Like, so that's drama. So you in one household, but you not in another. So like how that child is going to grow up and look at you like it's like everything is in that movie. Everything.
Man, you're absolutely right. I stand corrected. You're absolutely right.
Serious, like,
But no, but if you dive no look if you dive into those characters, if you think about it, you can identify with one of those characters. I know I can.
there's the joint. What is it? Cuba Gooden Jr. there's a scene in there where Joe and the
Omar
another
get it. Yes,
interesting
Omar.
thing is you see Jody, he's like fixing bikes and putting together model cars the entire movie. So like what he's actually passionate about is right there on display. But there was a scene where he's in the garage working on the bike, and Omar Gooding Jr. I forgot the actor's name, but where he's talking to him, he's like, "Man, you think I want to be up in here doing this? You think I like asking my mother and her girl for money?" And like he's going through like all of the issues that he's facing as a young man trying to grow up, but how he can't get out of the trap that he's in. Like that joint is real. That joint is real.
I mean, I stand corrected, sir. I honestly do. That's got to be up there. That's got to be up there. I stand corrected.
I can't relate to not one single character. And I'm thinking, and I'm thinking.
You don't know any single mothers. You don't know any single mothers.
None.
Hey, look, I know single mothers,
There's one. Okay.
but
You don't know that
I
one
don't
dude.
I don't know that type of single mother. There's a particular there's a particular
What,
character that single mother was playing. I don't know that type of single mother.
all we saw was that she had a new boyfriend and she had a kid that died
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
she inherited her house from grandma.
I don't know that type.
So every single
Yeah.
mother you know was doing extremely well, and they're no abusive relationship, nothing. They wonderful.
Yeah, no, no, they were good, hard working, got it out the mud.
So was Taraji B Henson. So was Vin Rames. I can't remember the Shirley Ralph's character. They were hardworking women.
Taraji P Henson,
She worked at the call center.
Yeah.
she wasn't she wasn't a single mother though.
How would she wasn't a single mother? Jody wasn't there. Neither was Snoop.
Yeah.
Jody was in and out. She wasn't a
Jody
single
was in
mother.
and out. That's still a
No,
single
no, no,
mother.
no. She was on. He was only out because she would kick him out. Jody was there when he was trying to be. He just couldn't
You
work it
understand
out
the
with
term
the
single
chick.
mother?
You
He
also
just
got to account
couldn't
for
work
the
out.
trauma that Jody caused her. Like the movie
Yes.
starts out with them niggas leaving the clinic,
Look,
and then
man.
him asking to borrow her car.
Look, man.
You don't know a woman like that?
Look, man. I guess so, man. That's just some. I don't know, man. That's just some hood nigga shit. I guess so, man. Like whatever. Like I don't know. I don't know, man. I've never. Nigga, y'all know where we
Fort
live.
Washington talking.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Y'all know where we live. I didn't experience no hood
I'm not-
nigga shit. Like I don't know.
I'm not saying particularly us. I'm saying we know somebody in our life who is like those people. I do. I have a lot of my family I can relate to those folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, maybe not me. I grew up in the suburbs.
I guess, man. Maybe the single mom. But
Man, that's a whole like
I give
I
that.
think
I give that to you.
single motherhood and single fatherhood, I think is a whole episode on its own, man. Like that thing is crazy because I think it really speaks to a lot of our generation and like why we act the way that we do. Because I think for real, like thugs are. Remember, you probably remember Sirius. There are no thugs in Fort Washington.
There are no thugs in Fort
There are no
Washington.
thugs in Fort Washington. But I think one of the main reasons that like
There are
niggas
no
is so
thugs in
soft.
Italian.
There are no. Oh no, there are no thugs in Swan Creek. There are no thugs in Apple Grove. And we had a counselor, Adrian, that was like every assembly, every time she got in front of us, she was like, "Let me remind you, there are no thugs in Fort Washington."
And I understand what she's saying too. I understand that aspect what she's trying to say.
Yeah,
Y'all ain't thugs, man. Y'all ain't real thugs. This ain't thug
Nah.
country.
nah.
Not where you from. Not where you
Not where
live.
from. Nah,
not the house you
good.
living in.
Nah.
Nah.
Because for real, let's be honest about it. Like thugging or that whole mentality is really just extreme emotionalism. Like
Yep.
you're just being like you really going to like fight somebody because they stepped on your shoe. That is some sensitive ass shit, man.
Because they scuffed your Pumas.
They scuffed your Pumas.
Why are you looking at me, son? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm looking in your direction. Why are you looking at me? What? Why you look? I mean, that type of shit or how disrespect is such a thin line. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the disrespect is such a thin line. That's some again, like you said, that's some real sensitive shit. It's a real like I mean, again, you could say thugs are the most sensitive people on the planet.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Like even when I listen to rap music nowadays, it's like first of all, you talking about killing our people, and then you're talking about killing them for that. Like you just sound like a bitch. You sound like
Yeah,
a you sound like a bitch, dude.
I mean, you're speaking facts. It's absolutely factual. Absolutely factual. Absolutely, that's absolutely true.
I mean, but I mean that there's nothing new under the sun. That's just how rap music's been since, I don't want to say since its conception. Going through that crack era, rap music changed, flipped, and it's totally it just kept that same streamline of not even borderline disrespect, but
Because it went
just like disrespect to like,
it went from
but they're
70s
speaking
disco.
but they're speaking about their upbringing and what they went through and stuff. Like it's a lifestyle thing. Like,
Yeah,
you can do a whole show about music and conception of it and stuff like that, but it depends on a person's personal experiences. Like I said, when you turn up, you make music, you know what I'm saying, you play music, so whatever music that you are playing, whatever music that you make, whatever inspires you comes from your personal inspirations, your histories, your experiences, and stuff like that.
Mm,
So, like, yeah, that's just how the transition of what music is now. A lot of the music, I'll say, uh that is being played now, is just like it's just silly. And then, like, we just my sister was like, we just got a bunch of little ugly rappers just like running around now, and I was just like, yeah, that's
yeah.
just, yeah, that's like, there's no real character to these dudes. I mean, the character that these guys build up are just like the amount of tattoos they can put on their face. Like, there's no real.
I think the rap now is this generation's disco. I think it's disco music for these kids.
Disco was so cool, man. Do y'all remember disco, man?
But listen, but look, disco
Disco was
was
so cool, man.
we grew up in a generation, right? Our generation was about we grew up in poverty, we grew up in the crack epidemic, we grew up in NWA, we grew up in police brutality, we grew up in all that stuff. So all that music reflected all that stuff. The 70s disco era, you know what I'm saying? That was all about fun.
Hmm.
Sugar Hill Gang and all them people and the breakdancing groups, and there's also all about fun shit. I think as history repeats itself, we're going back to a time where hip hop has turned out to be now silly. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of silly little rappers, like you said, like silly little ugly rappers running around here. And like the good shit, the good stuff, you have to look for. The musicians, you have to really dig for. Because they're
Yeah.
not going to get the playtime or the runtime as who was it, Little Dirk or Little Baby or whatever, one of them little motherfuckers. You know,
Little Baby's pretty good.
It's plenty of them.
but I'm saying
Little
that
Baby's pretty good
yeah,
though. So, like,
is it the baby or little baby? Which
the
one?
the baby's pretty good too.
Is it the baby the one that killed the
Them
baby?
babies are pretty good though. I'm a separate them from the little uglies.
I mean, I mean, but if you listen to the music behind it, the music making, like we used to have hip hop artists that made music that said something. Right now, I can't listen to half this shit. I'm not saying because
Yeah,
I'm
man.
old, because it doesn't speak to my ear. It hits my ear different.
Well, yeah, like you said, man, you got to find it. Like, even, I don't know, man. What happened to all the conscious rappers, bro? Like, all you hear is Cole and Kendrick, Cole and Kendrick,
They
Cole and
they
Yeah,
Kendrick.
not they
Where the
not
fuck
popular
where the
they're
fuck
not
did
no
they're
all
not
the
getting the play
conscious rappers go?
because these kids nowadays are not. They're not. They
people
have
have never
everything.
wanted to have to think. Let's just
Yes.
make that clear. Like people don't never want to like
Yep.
I know a group of people that were just like I don't want to think when I watch TV. I'm here to be entertained. Like
Yep.
show me some explosions, show me some car crashes, show me some magic. Like I don't want to think.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with music. These folks, the people that get the airtime, the run play on the radio stations, they're not. It's about shake that ass and I'm a shoot 'em. Like what the fuck?
She-
Where's the good music?
She'll suck me off when she mad at me. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on, man. That's the baby for you.
Yeah, I'm like, what is it? I mean, I understand music is the holds a music
That's-
holds a mirror up to life, but come on, sometimes you're like shit.
Like that's how you living?
All right, don't get it wrong. I, mean, I had Ocknell growing up. We had Luke. We had some real, you
We
know,
had M.
we had M. We had yeah. I mean, we had some real hard shit. But now it's like, within that hard shit, that sprinkled of hard shit, you had the other stuff. Like we don't really have R&B no more. It's
Yeah.
there, but if it's not attached to a rapper's hook,
Nah, man, Givion's is giving off good R&B. Sir is giving off good R&B.
It's decent. Yeah.
It's some singers, some R&B stars out there. They're not all just like Tory Lanez who be rapping and singing at the same time. Nah,
I'm
like
talking
there's
about
there's 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 singers
like
still out there.
there are no more R&B groups. Isn't that crazy?
That's because they was trying to get to the bag. It's like y'all
Yeah.
niggas holding me up.
There is no more. There is no more. There will never be another Jodeci. There will never be another 112. There's no more R&B groups. That genre is completely
I
gone.
won't say no more, but I mean
Who?
they just not here. Like
Bruh,
it ain't shit
Yeah.
to put a band together, make a group.
really?
It's they just not doing
K-pop?
it.
K-pop?
I can't stand on that one, serious.
They just not. There's just nobody just out there doing it.
They're
Like
not. Look,
it's not like there's no market for them. I look when we was in school. I swear to God, when Pretty Ricky came out, I was like, oh, these guys ain't gonna be shit. All the females love Pretty Ricky. I said, oh wow, y'all really made them shit. when
You got to think.
every time a group came out, like they was popping. Like
Oh yeah,
they
B2K,
B2K,
Pretty Ricky.
Mm.
Yeah,
like
But you know what?
they was
But
popping.
you know what we stopped doing though, society? We
simping.
simping, and we know what else we stopped doing. We stopped letting little kids blow up the way we did before.
Oh
Because
yeah.
because all the damage you see all the damage to all these groups that were so big when they were teenagers or little kids. They're all damaged people now.
Oh yeah, Britney,
Brittany,
Shad
Pretty
Moss.
Ricky talking about what somebody in Pretty Ricky that was touching somebody else and wasn't it the Pretty Ricky manager was molesting them or something?
Oh, B2K manager said that too.
Yeah.
And there's been a big thing about like Quincy Jones is supposed to be quiet as kept, but like, yeah.
I mean, there's all these young stars that were like big in the 70s and 80s and 90s that were like, look at all these groups and all you go back and go through the unsungs. Oh my, have you watched any unsung?
Yeah, man. Look at Michael
That
Jackson. Shit.
shit. Because
Usher.
yeah, because you're not mentally developed enough to deal with that kind of stardom. Look at Justin. Justin Bieber was like, it was huge. He went through drugs. He found Jesus, lost him again, found him again. You know, he's now coming out of it.
That's just how. Look, that's just how religion is. That's separate.
I'm not talking about religion.
People gonna lose Jesus all the time.
What
Look,
I'm saying, people have they have destroyed so many young lives in the name of entertainment. I don't think we're gonna go down that road again. I don't think parents can let their kids do that again.
I could see that. I could agree with that. Yeah. It's a lot.
It's a lot, man, for a little kid to take on a tour schedule.
all right, so then do it when you get older. Like I don't think what the look.
But then don't
If-
nobody want to see a 35-plus-year-old man like trying
2 Chains
up
did
that thing
it.
looking like
2 Chains did it.
2 Chains is a rapper. That's a little. I think rappers get a little bit more leeway.
Oh wait, so you're
what's
saying
his name?
there's still time for us? We could still form a rap
Oh,
group.
yeah,
we
man,
can
you're
still.
We
right.
can still be a rap group.
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, I
okay.
remember them joints.
I thought it was too late for us, yo, at our age. Okay, all right, there's still time.
You could be a rapper, but if you out like Chris Brown wouldn't be Chris Brown if he ain't come out when he was 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Like
That was the allure of Drake and Chris Brown. They were so young.
I disagree. Because to say that means you're totally overlooking how talented Chris Brown was.
Chris Brown is a beast.
Chris
He's a
Brown
GOAT.
Chris Brown could have came out at any age doing what he's doing right now, and he'd have still blown up the way that he is now.
I don't think
He
so.
didn't have to start from a child. He didn't have to start from a child.
His
Nah.
he grew his fans. His
His
fans grew up
fan
with him.
base. He grew with his fan base. So
Yeah.
he went from doing like, yo, I don't know your name, excuse me, miss, to
Yo got
I'm a
us.
bi-
He's still getting fans younger than us. He
Yeah,
didn't. He didn't. He
because
didn't need us to start him out. He could have came out today and gotten
No,
all of
no,
us
he
from
coulda
this
came
moment
out
all the
today
way
with
back.
heat. Nah,
No
he
way,
couldn't have
no
came
way.
out today with heat and been
Chris,
blazing.
Chris
He
Brown.
needed that established fan base.
I
He
disagree.
needed he
Not
needed
breezy.
girls and people to grow up with him, just like Michael needed, just like Usher needed. Like he needed that, and now
Look
he
at-
can come back and reach back because Chris Brown is probably our generation's Michael.
Michael Jackson did not need to be in a Jackson 5 for him to be as big as he did.
What?
Oh no, sir.
Michael
Yo, mute
Jackson,
mute
Michael
your mic.
Jackson could come
Mute your
out
mic.
right
Mute your
now
mic.
No.
No,
No.
no,
and grab everybody.
no, no.
Did you
No.
hear Invincible?
You all, you
No.
are missing the
Michael
talent
Jackson-
of these
no.
individuals. The
Michael
talent of these
Jackson-
individuals could carry them
No.
without having
need a
established it
fan
when they were
base.
younger.
That's
me
like
one
saying
hit
the
wonders,
King James version of the Bible could drop now, and that joint would be a best-selling hit.
It
Damn, I can't
would.
talk about religion like
No,
that.
it not.
It would.
No, because we couldn't understand what they saying.
You dropped the King James. If nobody ever heard of the King James version, we just had this old Ye text Bible, and then somebody said King James version. Oh shit! Number
Then
one
thou
bestseller.
lay that though in the
Number
thou,
one
thou.
bestseller amongst all Christians. If it dropped today, yeah, what you talking about, man? What you mean?
Nah,
They'd be like, man,
They
this
could-
is
It
way
wouldn't-
clearer.
NIV
It wouldn't
version.
slap like that. It wouldn't slap like that. It wouldn't.
Nah, yo.
The King James version wouldn't slap like that. It would.
I wouldn't slap like that.
I mean, if you listen to how music is transformed, like we went from like lean with it, rock with it, right? You had the little snap music, every song had a dance with it. Then you went to where all of this music started having this triplet feel, and it was all about
Yeah.
like all of those different transitions that music has gone through. The niggas that couldn't keep up with it just kind of stayed back for a second. Usher stayed back. Like a whole
have
bunch
to
of artists just
grow a
kind of
fan
chilled
base.
out, waited for
have-
their moment again, and then came back in.
You have to, and the reason why Usher and Chris Brown and Drake will always have fan base because we have grown with them since they were kids.
I didn't grow
Drake's
with Drake.
first song was "Baby, You My Everything, You All I Ever Wanted." Now this nigga is talking about everything but that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like the other evolution of, like, you gotta think back in the 80s, all those R&B stars were in their 40s, in their 30s. They weren't the kids like that. But now you had moved more closer to the 90s. You got all these kid stars that are coming out. Michael Jackson, the reason why Michael Jackson was so big because he was a kid star. They're like, look at this kid. He's amazing. Look what he can do.
Did you say the reason why because he was a kid star?
yeah,
Go
absolutely.
ask
I agree with that.
go ask all them Chinese people that was praying to him if they cared that he started off as a kid.
Whoa, whoa.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
was-
That's what I'm saying. Michael Jackson as a talent transcended what he was at when he was with as a little kid as a Jackson 5. Worldwide, Michael Jackson
Okay.
had them.
Okay, so are you saying that Michael Jackson has no career? The first song we hear from him is what, Off the Wall. Michael Jackson's still successful. He still got that track record. He's still like,
Is he
Nah.
is he moonwalking with the glove?
no, he ain't moonwalking because he
No.
got that from when he was doing that when he was a kid.
All right, so look, he wasn't that. He was like, how old was he when he
He
did
was
the
studying
moonwalk?
James Brown. That's where he got all his dancing and stuff from.
Okay, so look. So he's whatever age now. We ain't never seen the moonwalk before. He comes out, moonwalks, and sings Off the Wall.
The moonwalk is a boring move.
Okay, Billie Jean. I should have said Billie Jean. Yeah, Billie Jean. Billie Jean is Michael Jackson's first thing ever. He goes on a BET Awards.
Does he have
and
the
does
glitter
Billie
glove
Jean.
and is he moonwalking?
Yep, everything that he did on that Motown performance, he does at the BET Awards 2020.
So nobody has seen the moonwalk up until this point. The moonwalk doesn't exist
the moonwalk does it. In fact,
until he
the-
does it today. Oh, y'all are tripping.
But also, we've also discovered that Michael Jackson wasn't the first person to do the moonwalk.
So-
The moonwalk was back on it was before.
But he made it. But he
American
made it
Bandstand.
famous.
Yeah.
He made it famous. So we don't know. So that guy made it back then. Nobody cares about it. It's a dead dance. He comes back with Billie Jean and moonwalks on these bitches. Y'all are tripping. the most electrifying dance move of all time, and you said that it's boring, Adrian? Is that what you're saying? It's boring? The fucking moonwalk, bro? Compared to what?
What they've done to the moonwalk? You see how
No,
they've changed the moonwalk?
compared to what? What they do a moonwalk in the circle now? What they do? What they do to the moonwalk? What they do to?
The only reason why Michael Jackson was as big as he was, I'm not, and it's not taking away from Michael Jackson's talent. We're not talking about Michael Jackson, one of the greatest entertainers of all time. Nobody's saying that. What we're saying is that the Jackson 5 hype is what made the Motown special such a big deal, because he was Michael Jackson and Jackson 5, cute little Mikey Jackson. Now Michael Jackson, you haven't seen him for a while. He wants to step on his own. I want to be my own man. Still only like 18 years old. Now he has a stage to himself. That what's the hype sells the moonwalk. The hype sells the glitter gloves. That's what sells the hype of him being Michael Jackson, little Mikey Jackson.
You know what?
So y'all saying he needed to be Lil Mikey in order for him to be
he needed to practice just like Drake, just like Beyonce, just like every other big named artist for real that we know and respect at this point. They had to start, like, even Justin Timberlake had to start on that Disney Channel stuff. Like they've been constantly exposed to the entertainment lifestyle and being on camera and being in front of people, doing photo shoots, running from here to there. The only people that are for real making it are the people that started when they was that young.
Yep. Think about it. Think about how many one-hit wonders we've had come out. There are people who are your age.
Yeah, we ain't never heard from D4L again.
They were never gonna last. Come on, man. We're talking about Michael Jackson. We're talking about D4L. Like, they were never gonna last.
Even
bro.
people
Come on.
now, like, let's look at Migos. Migos ain't. Petey Pablo.
Migos just dropped the album. What do you mean?
They did, but I'm saying, do you think their success is going to be anywhere near Drake or a Chris Brown?
Because they don't have a moonwalk. Y'all are missing the power of the moonwalk in the glove, man.
What's Drake's moonwalk?
Drake's moonwalk is that he doesn't write his own shit. That's his move. How about that? Drake's
moonwalk is that he can look like a white boy and still say nigga.
He doesn't steal. He borrows everybody's flows. No, he steals it, because once I would never forgive him for biting Big Sean's flow, and Big Sean had to change his.
That's not Big Sean. Big Sean, a much better rapper than Drake. I put Big Sean in the top 5. But the reason why Big Sean is not going to be as popular, have a long career as Drake.
Because he don't have a moonwalk.
No, we didn't grow up with Big Sean.
Because he ain't have Degrassi.
Yeah,
nobody cares about Degrassi, bro. Nobody's watching Drake right now and be like, yeah, I'm watching him because I used to watch him when he was on Degrassi. No one cares about Lil Aubrey getting shot. Y'all are tripping, bro. Y'all are tripping, bro. So y'all was watching Michael Jackson when he was doing what's that song? Scream with Janet or whatever, and y'all was like, man, I'm only watching him because he was Lil Mikey singing about Ben.
Or we said, damn, this joint is tight. Let me look up Michael Jackson. Oh shit, he's been doing this since he was a kid. Let me see what he's been doing. Oh wait, dang, ABC was
until you realize he wasn't the Michael Jackson that he was, that we liked, that we adored. Wasn't the same Mike that was singing about Ben. He didn't become the one that we loved until he put that glove on and did a moonwalk. The one that we loved.
Now you're showing your
I think we loved him more
Michael Jackson.
We knew he had a history.
Yes,
I'm not saying his history was. Look, he had slaps from when he was a baby. We know that. All right. We know Joe was whooping their ass, keeping them in line. Look, I'm not saying the Jackson 5 ain't shit. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is, when he got burnt in that Pepsi commercial and lost the top of his head, we was like, before that shit happened, we was like, hey man, that dude's, man, he going places, man. He got the moonwalk, man. He got that. Where he find that glove at? In the toilet. We didn't even care that he found that glove in the toilet. He was like, look at this. Oh shit, look at that glove. And he going moonwalk with it.
On a Pepsi commercial. Cisco was on a Pepsi commercial too. When the last time you heard from that nigga?
Do you know how big Michael Jackson and Jackson 5 was in the 70s? Do you know how humongous they were? They were on
So
every
you were
fucking
still watching
TV
Michael
show.
Jackson. Do you remember the time when he fucked Eddie Murphy's wife in the desert? And you was like, man, the only reason why I'm enjoying this is because he was singing about that rap when he was a little kid.
No, but
Yes.
the only reason he's even relevant to me is because
That is
he was
not
singing back when he was a little
true.
kid. Yo, you know what, serious? What the comments say? What the comments say,
They
yo?
not saying nobody saying nothing. I don't hear nobody saying nothing. This is not true, bro. Like I just refuse that y'all believe that. That is not true, bro.
I'm
Y'all,
telling you,
oh man.
when you grow up with an artist, you are invested in our artist's career. So therefore, you're gonna, if you, especially if you like him and they keep putting out good stuff, you're gonna maintain that throughout the years. That's why, like I said, why Drake had a top number one hit, what, top top 10 in what, the last 20 years, 10 years. I'm sorry, 10 years. Usher, Drake, we grew up with all those people. And like you said, Migos, they maybe got
It's
one good
about
album left in them,
it's about what you
Yeah.
doing for me lately. I don't
and
care
they're
what you
talented enough
did
to
for me
maintain that.
back then. I don't care about Aubrey in the wheelchair. I didn't
Okay.
watch Degrassi
How
because
do you
of
know about Aubrey in the
Aubrey.
wheelchair then?
All right, let me ask this. Let me ask this.
Because
Let me
that's
ask
what y'all
this.
talking about. One thing, I can't tell you the last time I didn't even watch Degrassi. I don't. That's what I'm saying. That's how much I don't think about it or care. Like nigga, I was listening to All Me the other day, nigga. That's the Drake that I care about. This one
So,
right here. Whatever song that I'm presently listening to, that's the one that I care about. I don't care about him being Aubrey back then. I didn't listen or like him when he was Aubrey back in the wood. What you about to say, Deontay?
what would Janet Jackson have been without the Jackson Five? Do you think we would have known Janet Jackson if there were no Jackson Five? Do you think she would have had a career if she was the hallmark, like the Jackson that we were all introduced to first,
Would she have had a career based off of like
off of
Nope,
just being
off of
off of
just being Janet
not
Jackson?
being a sister, not
nope.
Yeah,
being
yeah,
none of that.
yes.
What?
Yes.
That
Where did
if you hear
Madonna
the
come from?
if you hear the
Where did
last time,
Madonna come from?
she's a white
She's
woman.
white.
That's
That
completely different.
what?
That's
That
completely different.
that's completely different.
Completely different.
She
Completely
was a
different.
white whore.
Yeah, that's completely different. You gotta think, Janet Jackson, even though she is my number one, Janet Jackson, without Michael Jackson has her brother, she's just Janet Jackson. J- the reason why she got put on is because who her brother was.
and
Because
then
her,
and then and then she immediately became Miss Jackson.
she took it from there.
If you're
But
Yeah.
I
nasty.
remember Janet Jackson, Penny on Good Times. That was my introduction to Janet Jackson. Okay, I'm older than you, so I'm Penny on Good Times.
Nigga, everybody know about Penny getting burned.
I'm saying, she's using different strokes also. Okay, that was my introduction to Janet Jackson. But the reason why we got introduced to Janet Jackson is because of Michael Jackson's young career and the Jackson Five.
Which one is it? Did you get introduced to her because of Good Times and her getting burned, or was it because of the Jackson Five? Because
The
now she
last
makes a
name
career.
listen,
If she makes
the
a
last
career,
name
if
Jackson
she, hey
put
look,
her on.
hey look, hey look, everybody who had the last name Jackson back then didn't get put on because of the Jackson family. All right, Samuel L. Jackson didn't get put on because of the Jackson
He
Five.
wasn't in the
It,
All
it
music
right.
also took him
industry.
till he was like in his 40s or 50s or something to do anything
So
of
what
relevance.
I'm saying is, if you just saw Janet Jackson playing Good Times, you had no idea she was related to the Jackson family. She was just on Good Times, and she grows up and she becomes a singer. And then she grows up and becomes the Miss Jackson that we all know and love. She still has a successful career. Why?
How
Because
does
she
she
was
get put
on.
on?
Huh?
Janet
I,
Jackson's career is only successful because she has the legacy behind it.
exactly.
Like Beyonce, I think, and Jay-Z are the beginning of a legacy. So if Blue comes out with something, they're going to support it because you got Beyonce fans
Yep.
and you got Blue fans
Yep.
or followers or whatever. But
Hmm.
just straight Blue coming out and even if she says like, "Oh yeah, my father is Jay-Z and my mom is Beyonce," like then she may have a shot. But if not for that, she's just a regular, just like any of us that ain't got no inside connects.
Nope.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's 2:58, y'all.
Uh,
Nope. Not
now,
agreeing with
This
you.
is invigorating.
since we're talking about legacies, let's talk about old Bill Cosby.
Ah,
Now, I understand things work out different for rich people, But 55 women have accused Bill Cosby of giving them that lovely magic pill. 55. At one point in time, you go, this motherfucker is guilty. And it's like he's getting praised by so many older people, older black people, because they're trying to tear down a black man. Bruh, he was drugging bitches all in the 70s and the 60s.
I don't know, man.
Apparently, like that was par for the course, though. From what I was told.
I don't know, man. Was you there? Did you see it?
Have you seen the documentary on Bill Cosby?
Was you there? Did you see it?
No way I was there when I couldn't see it. I am 70 years old.
Listen, all I'm saying is, if I'm just being me, 55 motherfuckers come out and said I did something. I know I didn't do it, but because 55 of them said it, that don't mean them niggas is right.
How were they wrong? If 55 people have the exact same story.
So if 55 people said that you did something that you didn't do, they are automatically right?
Something in there is truthful.
If you didn't do it, but 55 people said you did it.
We're talking about Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. And he said he didn't do it. 55 people said he did it. Does that mean that he's guilty? Does that mean that he did it?
There's guilt in there somewhere. Some may be regretful, but he drugged some of them bitches. I'm sorry, he did.
All right, remember that. So when three or more people say that you did something, I'm be like, yeah, I'm be like, yeah, he did that shit. Three y'all said that y'all believe that he did that. He did that to y'all.
Adrian did that shit. People say I killed somebody. At least somebody slapped somebody.
Huh? So if you know you didn't kill nobody, but 55 people said you killed somebody, you gonna be like, man, maybe I did kill him.
No, maybe I slapped somebody and they saw him hit the ground, thought I killed him. What I'm saying, there's truth in there somewhere. There's no way he's not guilty for something. Come on, man. 60s and the 70s, where rape was okay and people were drugging people. Come on, really?
Rape was okay. There was a time I wasn't born yet, but there was a time when rape was okay.
Spousal rape was fine. Spousal rape was fine up until like the 70s and 80s.
Word?
You can rape your wife and get away with it in the 70s and 80s.
But was it okay?
Maybe it was frowned upon morally.
You gotta, that's what I'm saying. When you say stuff, bro, you gotta say it like right, man. We chop this shit up for clips. You can't be like in the 70s, rape was okay, and it's like, wait a minute.
What I'm saying, it wasn't like now that the Me Too movement and the rape culture and all that stuff.
Rape was never okay. We're gonna start with that.
Rape was never okay. It was never okay.
All right,
but back then it was the woman's fault. Well, why'd you go to his room? You knew who he was. Why do you go to his room? Why'd you party with him if you knew who he was?
They said there's a video of a chick saying that Bill Cosby gave her the pills to take. She said Bill Cosby gave her the pills to take. He said that these were your friends or something like that. She said she had a headache and he was like, here, take these. And it was like, well, what are these? Well, they're your friends, man. They'll help you out. She says, okay, and she took them. That's different. That's different from people's stories saying, hey, he was dropping shit. Like, if I give you something, if I give you some pills and I tell you, hey man, they're your friends, and you take them, I don't think that's my fault.
And how long have we been told like don't take candy from strangers? and how long has Dare been out? Like how long? Like you cannot remove your personal responsibility. Like you chose to take them joints, and I'm not saying that you should get. I'm never saying that. Not at all. You should not get raped. But
nobody should.
You also should look into what you're consuming. Period. Like, I'm not gonna. No, ain't nobody gonna hand. You can't hand me a J and be like, smoke this, and I just be like, okay, cool.
But that's us now having the knowledge we have right now. You're thinking, this is America's dad. This is Bill Cosby. What could he possibly do to me that's going to make me feel this way? You know what I'm saying? Even back when he was an I Spy. Oh, he's a celebrity. It's Bill Cosby on an Oscar. He's got a wife and everything. What could he possibly do? And my point number two is this. If the drug he was giving them made them like dead and couldn't move, is he a necrophiliac?
Yeah, because that's just weird, man.
No, he's not a necrophiliac.
Why?
Necrophilia being
Yeah.
sleeping or having sex with dead bodies. Is that was
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
okay? If are they still alive?
Okay.
Are they still alive?
Okay, so now
no,
you're-
Are they still alive?
No,
Okay, hold on. Turn
I
up.
mean,
I got it.
the
Hold on.
question is just so dumb to me, bro. Like, are
Okay,
they still alive?
Not a necrophilia because they're still dead. But what if he likes to sleep with women that don't move?
Well,
So he
then,
likes dead fish.
well, then
That's what he likes.
that's date rape. That's what that's called. That's date rape.
So did he? Is he not? So if that's the case,
It's
and
not.
those
It's
women
not.
said it
It's not
happened-
necrophilia.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
All right, fine.
it was clearly there.
Technically, okay.
Technically, you're fine.
It's
fine,
not
right.
no because when
Fine,
when
fine.
they speak on cases of necrophilia, the body's cold and shit. Like niggas are dead. A dead
Look,
body,
if you
like
laying in the
decomposing
bed
and shit.
with
Like
me
like
and you cold and dead, then I mean that. First of all, who wants that? Nobody
Who
wants.
who
Like,
wants
who
that?
wants that? Yo?
Yeah, who wants to lay in a bed with a woman that doesn't move?
He's the
Like,
person.
Yeah. What is that?
Think about this. He wants to have sex with women like this.
How do you desire something that's just like
Right? It's like all you get is shoulders. All you get is shoulders. All you get is shoulders.
you're just getting
Shoulders. That's it.
Stop.
Who the fuck wants that?
Just,
Look.
why?
That's
Yo?
what you're getting. That's what you're
Why?
getting right there. Turn up his all you getting is bend the pillow. That's all you getting.
The-
Who the fuck want that?
the
That
ant-
makes him a
Who
sick
can't
person to
nothing.
begin with.
The answer is a sick person, man. That's the answer
And
to
that's
your
and
question.
that's okay and fine.
He
You
needs
want
to be
technical?
rehabilitated.
Bill Cosby's a sick human being because if his power, he needs to have sex with women that don't move. That's a sick human being. And if 55 women said, "I don't remember," he said we had sex and I don't remember, and I didn't move, and I couldn't move my body. He's a sick person.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know,
You gonna make
man.
excuses for
mean-
Bill Cosby?
Nah, I'm not gonna give an excuse because you're not gonna clip this shit and then I'm just saying I'm just saying I don't know.
Do you
I'm just
understand Bill Cosby? Is that
I'm
what you're
just
saying?
I
Are
don't
you
understand.
aligning?
I
Are you
don't.
an ally of
I'm
Bill
not.
Cosby?
I'm not online. I'm not with Felicia Rashad. I'm not
Saying the
doing none
wrong
of
has
that.
been committed, and somebody has to be like finally they freed the black man who was struggling. Fuck Bill Cosby. I'm sorry.
I'm
Say it.
just
Fuck Bill
saying,
Cosby.
man. I wouldn't put it past the powers that be to bury a nigga. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying
That's
there's a
all
little
I'm
truth
saying.
in that. All I'm saying is you are a person who readily admitted to cheating on your wife this many times. Then you said, "Hey, everybody was doing back in the 70s a party drug. We're all hanging out. We're chilling." You know what I'm saying? Give a little Spanish fly. He even said on Larry King. He even said on Larry King he used to do that to get the party going.
Yeah.
Ew.
The whole
Hey.
everybody's doing it thing. Like how many sitcoms have we
He's-
seen where that shit's gone wrong?
Hold on, wait. He said that on the late Larry King.
Yes.
All
on
right,
the Larry
all
King
right,
show.
All right,
Okay,
well,
you know what?
he did that shit. Then.
Hold on, let me show you. Hold on.
Niggas ain't lie to Larry King. I don't know. It was just something about Larry King. Niggas did not lie to Larry
I'm gonna
King.
send it
He
to you
just
right in the chat because right now that's what he said. I put a little Spanish fly, get the party going. You know what I'm saying? The Bill Cosby way.
Oh
Come
nah,
on, man.
Oh nah.
He's a
Like,
creepy ass dude, man.
From what I heard about in Chicago in that point in time where he was relevant, R. Kelly, like apparently it was a known thing. Like you could just go to a high school basketball game and pick up girls, and older men used to do it all the time to the point of where like that was a part of the culture.
Yep.
And where he was. Now, does it make what he did right? Fuck no. Like I don't listen to none of that nigga music no more. Like,
Nope,
I can't because I
can't.
just think about
Yeah.
nigga, you were singing about a 16-year-old. But do we need to get him rehabilitated because of the culture and the times that he grew up in? Yeah.
Ooh.
Should he still go to jail? Yeah. But he also like there's something there that needs to be fixed as well. And we can't just ignore that part
we
of
talking about Bill or R. Kelly?
Both.
I was just talking about R. Kelly.
I'm
Oh,
talking about. You can apply it to both. You can apply it to both because I think Bill Cosby's one of the 70s or 80s. his way of thinking is so outdated. So, you know what I'm saying? R. Kelly's the same way. R. Kelly has a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Ain't no rehab for neither one of them niggas. What you talking
No,
about?
no. R. Kelly's a pedophile. That's just
So
that. That's,
So
should we just kill him off? Let
so
him go?
Adrian, again, what are you doing?
what?
What are you
What?
doing?
What am I
You
doing?
were just
What I said?
agreeing to his point
What?
about these niggas needing help, and you was like, yeah, these niggas need
No.
help,
No,
and
no.
I'm
I
like,
didn't say.
fuck
I didn't
rehab,
say
and
R.
you're like, yeah,
I didn't
fuck it.
say no. I didn't say R. Kelly needed help. I said R. Kelly is a damaged human being. R. Kelly's a pedophile. You can't cure pedophilia. He has mental issues, but he cannot cure pedophilia. That's who he is. He had a day. What did he have? A camp of women, or what do you have? Like a harem or
It
some
was
shit?
it was a sex cult
Yeah,
Yeah.
from how they describe it. It was a sex
So
cult.
he's a sex cult. So he's a pedophile and sex cult. Bill Cosby's a serial rapist. You don't cure shit like that. Are they damaged human beings? Of course they are. Do they need mental health? Yeah. Can you cure them? Fuck no.
So what
No.
is going on, man? Why am I just not? Am I high?
What?
Why can I not stay on track with your line of?
You've
You're
been
like
listening to NERD?
you're like, do they
I'm
need
saying
help?
is-
Yes. Do they need therapy? Yes. Can
didn't
you
say-
cure?
no,
Can
no.
you
I'm
cure
not
them?
saying-
No. And it's like,
No,
well,
I did
what's
not
the
say they-
point
no,
of
no,
the?
no. I did not say they need help. I said no. I said they are mentally damaged. You cannot cure that type of mental damage. You can't.
No, he did. Deontay, am I high? He just
No,
said
no, no.
that.
He said that you cannot cure that, but
That
he was also
the last thing he said was you cannot cure it. He was like, yeah, do they need help? Yeah. Do they need therapy? Sure. But you can't cure that. And I'm like,
I'm sorry. I misspoke. They do not need help because you can't help that. Are they mentally damaged? Yes.
yeah, they done
okay,
so,
I see
man.
what you're saying now.
Yeah, they done so, man.
Yeah, you
there's
can't.
no.
There's no rehabilitating of Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby should not be raised in a black community. I don't care how much money he's giving to HBCUs. I don't care what he's done. But what he did in the '90s, fuck Bill Cosby.
I gotta give it time. 2 weeks, nobody's gonna care. I gotta give it
Nah.
time.
No one cares
Like
about
he,
Bill
like,
Cosby
like,
for the shit anyway.
like he just got out. That's why the internet buzz is all Bill Cosby,
no
Bill
one's gonna give a
Cosby.
shit. Like you
But
said, no one's gonna give a shit about Bill Cosby in 2 weeks. I
yeah,
don't care.
2 weeks, nobody's not gonna care. Like I forget
You
about
have to
R.
come up
Kelly.
with-
I forget about
Oh,
R.
yeah.
Kelly until they bring him up every so and so. I'll see like a meme or something. I'm like, huh, he does exist. I don't give a
R.
shit
Kelly is sad because R. Kelly made some really good music in the '90s.
Fuck his music, man.
Yeah,
but
man.
now-
Really, yeah, I can't
Fuck his music, bro.
Now you can't listen to it. I mean, it's a whole
Can't.
that's a whole catalog of like childhood gone. You can't listen to anymore. Trapped in the
Yeah.
Closet was a classic. That was funny as shit.
Trapped in Closet.
You know what I'm saying? All that shit he did.
And I'm not
gone.
gonna lie. Me and my girl was watching Trapped in the Closet.
Oh.
I don't know.
Everybody got a sneak to watch R. Kelly.
I don't know what made me want to turn it on, but I was like, Trapped in the Closet was just so damn genius, bro. Like this was some dope shit. And the whole time my girl was like, why every episode that passed, because you know they're short episodes. She's like, why are we still watching this? And I was like, how can we not? Like, look at this, bro. Like, this is so crazy.
The Ignition remix started a culture, man. I mean,
Yeah.
the Ignition remix, but now you can't listen to it because you're not half on a baby. You can't listen to half on a baby no more.
Yeah,
But she's talking about a 15-year-old. And that was my
Man.
shit back in the day. You can't listen to that no more.
I like the regular Ignition more than I did the remix, but I can't
Nope.
sing more than 2 words.
Nope.
Girl, please.
Nope. Nope.
That's it. I can't go no more.
Nope.
After the 2 words, it's like, oh yeah, you're slipping into dangerous territory.
Exactly.
Gotta roll. Next.
Yep. You're like, I can't do it. And but
Man, Chocolate
but that's
Factory.
another question.
Oh,
chocolate what? What'd you say?
Chocolate
the whole
Factory.
Chocolate Factory album.
Oh
man.
my god.
You got
The whole-
you got to look at people sideways when they say they still listen. You know, you people like, man, fuck it, I'm still listen to them. You got like,
Nah, man, you can't,
Yeah.
man.
can't
If you
believe it.
can still
Can't
listen to that
believe
and
we're
not
still
feel
here.
something wrong with you. You can't do that. Because but can we, there's another question. Can we separate the art from the person?
I say to an extent, because in cases like with R. Kelly, right? We know that he's got timeless music and it's great music, but we also know who you're singing about. And I
Yeah.
think that's something that's a little bit different. Like if Michael Jackson had a whole bunch of like sexual stuff and then those allegations that came out, he would have had to go too. But like the bulk of R. Kelly's catalog is sex
Or-
stuff.
Yeah.
So
Many babies
nah.
were conceived during R. Kelly music.
Yes, many babies were penetrated. Like
What? So we'll get what? No.
What?
No, no babies were penetrated.
No
Oh,
babies were
oh, he
penetrated.
meant penetrate because of R. Kelly. I got what you're saying. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
babies at 15 years old were the ones
yes,
penetrated by R. Kelly. That's what he meant.
that's what I meant. Go ahead, cut that out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think we can keep that one.
I'm gonna let that one go.
No, yeah, like Turner said, man. To an extent, man, it depends. I think, yeah, once you realize what the context of their work was about, then like, nah, like R. Kelly, like you just can't blame that.
And the thing for Bill Cosby is so disappointing because I grew up watching the Cosby Show. I remember the last episode. I remember the transition to different world. He sent people to college based on his shows. College admission and
Well,
back
the well,
to
the
back
well,
went up
the-
to
well,
Bill
well, the
Cosby.
That's called
context,
guilt money now.
Yeah.
the context of that work wasn't based off of, date rape.
No, the context that work of Bill Cosby was America's Dad. I'm America's Dad. I'm wearing
Oh,
a sweater.
you don't trust
I'm the
him as
funny.
America's
Yeah,
dad anymore.
you don't trust him
Yeah.
anymore. You're like, I can't, and then the shit that was comes out of him.
Well,
Smash rapper, Def Comedy
according
Jam,
to you
stuff like
and
that.
how shit was just free flow going in the 70s and 60s, that was American Dad. What do you mean?
Yes, but that was America's Dad in the 50s and 60s and 70s, shit like that. But in the context of trying to rewatch it now, I want.
No,
Cosby,
I mean the dirt that he did. According
the
to
dirt that he did?
according to what you said of
What?
how spousal rape and things like that was just
Look
like
it up.
part
I'm
of.
not making this
No,
shit up.
that's what I'm saying. So apparently that was America's Dad, man. That's what he was portraying. He was portraying America's Dad on and off the screen.
What a secret life. So America's Dad had secret lives in the 70s and 80s.
That's
You
what
could have a
that's
secret
what you
life in the 70s and 80s
that's what
because
you,
you
that's what
you
you're
could
telling
leave
me,
your
man.
wife.
I wasn't born yet.
You could leave your wife in the 80s and you could live around the corner and she never know. How can she find you? What's on the internet?
That's one of the things that they talk about in them, because I think at one point when the welfare system was established, it was basically like, we'll pay if you don't have no man in the house. So a lot of fathers ended up like leaving and being on their own so that their families could be sustained by the government.
Listen here, turn up. We're not watching them. I don't care
I
how
know,
many
I know,
times you
I
bring
know.
it
I'm
up.
not even
We're
going to do it no more. I'm not doing it. I'm not
Well, no
doing
matter
it.
how many times you bring it up, we're not
If you
watching
bring it up
them.
like
All
every
right.
other- y'all should watch- I'm not watching them. Man. I can't
I'm
watch
not watching
anymore.
them. Okay.
can't watch-
I
I'm
don't
so
care what they
burnt
was
out.
trying to show. I don't care. I'm not watching.
If I see one more white woman call some nigga on the screen, I'm gonna scream, man. I can't do it no more.
It was crazy.
I think what it was I think for me it was Lovecraft Country and Watchmen were on at the exact same time. So all that shit had to deal with. You got to process all that. Now I can't. I'm good. I didn't even watch
Nah.
Underground Railroad.
So
Nah, them is heavy as hell. Like I would definitely not suggest that everybody watch that joint. It's heavy. I loved it though. Like I absolutely loved it, man.
So
Loved it.
So we can talk about this because it's still kind of in line, even though it's a more so a topic for the Kingcast. They're not bringing back Lovecraft Country.
Ooh.
Which is so disheartening. Just so disheartening. I don't want to know why. I want answers.
It was probably because it was killing.
Well, so apparently, and don't quote me on this because I don't have this info pulled up. Like I said, this was a spur of the moment topic, but the second season was very black supremacy. The ideas that they had for the second season. And
Yeah, they were going to do a Confederate States, but there was going to be black people.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you can't have that shit.
Because I think the concept was that at the very end, well, spoilers if you haven't watched it.
Whoa, let's not spoil it.
What, you haven't watched Lovecraft Country yet?
I'm saying somebody might not have watched, like, because I'm bringing this up, nobody should be tuning in and being like, yeah, man, somebody's probably going to spoil Lovecraft Country for me right now.
Let's talk about this whole spoiler thing, because fuck that. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Like, you either gonna watch that shit or you not. Like, and if you gonna
Exactly.
watch it, then you'll experience it in all of its glory for
But
yourself and make your own
I
it's
hate
interpretation.
that shit, man. Fuck that.
it's not for the people who aren't going to watch it or are going to watch it. It's for the people
Well,
who
how
are
about this one?
currently watching it.
You're currently
So
watching Lovecraft
so
Country right now?
if I'm an episode behind and you've already seen everything, you're like, yeah, so this happens. Like, oh motherfucker, I've been invested in this,
The show
waiting
came
for this
out
to
last
happen, and
year.
then now you're just saying something.
So there's a buffer I give everybody. If the show comes out a year before, I'm sorry, you have time. So I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I don't care because spoiler alert. At the end of Lovecraft Country, when she bans all white people from magic, that was the concept they were going to use to liberate black people in the South in season 2. Because magic is because you saw in the series how magic was ours from slavery. Because the what's her face's mother, it goes all the way back to when she was the mistress of that slave master. And now they own magic, and she binded white people from ever using magic again. And that was the concept they were going to use in season 2.
And that's why TikTok is dead because they can't copy off black people no more. Like, and that's why you can't wear BLM shirts at the Olympics, and that's why the damn
Bring it all together.
headband.
Bring it
and
all
the
together.
like, come on, yo, like this.
We're
This
gonna wrap
is
this up right here. Yeah, go ahead. Bring it, put
it's
it
been
all.
happening.
Because I mean, but it all wraps together. Even the fact that we've talked about so many different topics, and it all comes back to either bringing down Bill Cosby. That's what we quote unquote say they want to do, right? Lovecraft Country showing that black supremacy, whatever that means. It's all a way of the fact that we're waking up now. We are now in our renaissance, our way of pushing ourselves forward, and people are like, we can't show that because you're gonna throw off the scale of everything. You can't show that. You can't in the Olympics on the world stage of Black Lives Matter. Oh my God, what are you doing? You can't make Simone Biles like you can't let her win every competition.
The Black Power Fist was way more iconic than a BLM shirt at the Olympics. Like we've already done that.
Yeah.
'Cause, nigga, we won
They,
and Black Power the fist that bitch. Like we
Jesse
already
Owens.
did that.
they don't want us to
Jesse
do it again.
Jesse Owens won the fact that Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals at the Olympics in Berlin in 1932. And you're mad that these athletes who are now supposedly equal to everybody want to say, hey, we're not done yet. That is mind-boggling. We already, like you said, we've been protesting Olympics for hundreds of years. I saw that. Okay.
Oh,
I saw that.
I didn't know you could do that.
Me neither. That's all I'm saying. Oh shit.
I,
Oh yeah.
I thought it was like an error message, like, oh, what's happening now?
Hold on. Let's serious read that. You're better reading out loud than I am.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Let's admit the truth in this bitch.
Wow.
Lovecraft's sophomore season will begin in a new world where the U.S. is divided into 4 color-coded territories: the New Negro Public, the Tribal Nations of the West, the Jefferson Commonwealth, and the White Lands. 2 locations, one in Texas and another in Pennsylvania, both part of the White Land, are also marked on a map, implying the importance of both states. So this was the map that
Yeah, they were showing. Yeah.
that they were constructing as far as safe places to go
Mm-hmm.
in America for black people, and yeah, they recolored that bitch.
And that's a scary fucking reality because that could happen still.
Ooh.
What could happen still?
I'm not talking about anytime soon. I'm talking about future.
Man, hey, listen here. We about done with that shit. The aliens is on their way.
I hope so.
They-
I hope
we
so.
got race riots and race. That shit's getting so old. The aliens is
We
on
need to
their
fight
way,
aliens.
nigga.
And we need to find new people to fight.
Why you? What you want to fight aliens?
Yeah, why not?
Look, man, maybe that would be how we stop fighting each other. I mean, as a human race. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
We need a common enemy. We don't have a common enemy. We need to fight aliens.
it's
Sorry.
about to be social media and robots.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't give a fuck about people on this planet. when the aliens
That's gonna be the
show
clip
up,
right there. That's gonna be the clip.
when the
I don't give a fuck.
when the aliens show up, I'm gonna see what's popping. I'm not about to band with motherfuckers that don't like me here. I'm about to go make new friends, baby. When they come and say, "Hey, listen, us or them," well, beam me up, motherfuckers. Let's go, man. I'm done with this. I'm not about to fight with y'all and fight space. These niggas came here from another planet. You think I'm gonna fight space with y'all? No.
Nah, you right. Cause honestly, man, I think that's exactly what it would take for like the racism, for it to just disrupt people's mental enough to be like, oh shit, there's other things that aren't people. Like,
I gotta fight with y'all to dismiss an ignorant notion that I have because of the color of my skin. I'm different from you from generations and centuries and shit. That's why I gotta fight space just so that you can realize that I'm a person like you, nigga. Fuck you. I'm about to go fight with these aliens, nigga.
that's the same thing Adrian was saying earlier. Like,
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's how jacked up and stupid racism is. That you're saying I'd rather fight with aliens than unite together.
What if the aliens come down and they black? Like what? You still want
That
me to
would-
fight?
Yeah,
You want
let
me to
tell you
fight
what, let me
them?
tell you something. That would be the biggest mind fuck. They all come down. Everybody look like Grace Jones.
You want me to fight them and side with y'all? Nigga, please, nigga. I'm going to my people. Y'all tripping.
If the aliens if the aliens came down, because the whole theory of like life started in Africa and all the ancient texts and everything talk about space aliens and shit coming from the sky and all that's from African culture, and it comes down like, hey, it's a Dora Milaje. Those are the aliens. They're all of bald-headed black women with swords.
Why they gotta be?
That's what Dora Milaje is, man. Jesus.
But I mean, like, why? Why they gotta be warriors? They could just come down like, yeah, nigga, we come in peace, and then people be like, well, we don't want peace, and be like, whoosh. They gone. And they gone. And then they be like we said, we come in peace. Like, I don't know.
We are fighting anybody that step off of a spaceship. We fighting. We've seen too many movies. We ain't playing around with that shit. We'll ask questions later.
I don't give a fuck about these movies that these white people been showing us about aliens.
That's gotta be the tag. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Talking about we seen too many movies, nigga. I want to see what they got to show us. Lovecraft Country showed us all aliens ain't bad aliens. She went up there and came back. I don't know why she came back, Jesus. The episode when she went,
she had a daughter.
I don't, man, listen. I'm gonna come back and get her and bring. Can we go get her? I don't want to leave here, but can we go get her? Like, they was giving her everything, bro.
The alien power they gave her was amazing. You can be whoever you want to be. You can just be who person. I'm like,
just
what?
be.
But isn't that like, I kind of saw that as a metaphor for like how powerful we are as black people. Like,
that's yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, man.
Yeah. Sure. But you know who ain't gonna let us recognize and realize that shit? The niggas that stopping us from wearing Black Lives Matters at the Olympics. That's who.
And it's not, and the Olympic Committee is just not white people. It's the rest of the countries also, Asian countries, all that.
Them too. When the aliens show up, all right, look, they can come holler at me in my crib. We can talk it out, nigga. Take me to your leader. Y'all bring him here. I'll talk on behalf of all of us. I don't know what everybody.
So they're gonna come look for you before Washington. Come talk to you.
Come holler at me. Come holler at me, bro. I'll talk to you. Hash this out with how the planet needs to be. I'll make the decisions on behalf of it.
Gotcha. I'll take one for the team.
One for the team. I got
I feel like
just sit down somewhere.
Put the team on my back door.
I feel like they've been grooming me for this secretly anyway. That's why.
Go get them backwards. We'll have a conversation.
Right? Yeah.
They gonna knock on my door. So how is this planet? Well, let me have a seat, man. You got some time? Let me tell you what's going on here, man.
Roll a spliff with some aliens.
Hey, man, it's 3:30, man. Good show, y'all.
Yeah, man. Are we well before we leave? Are we gonna celebrate the 4th? Are we celebrating the 4th? Or are we just marking the day?
I don't know. I mean,
I think that deserves I don't give a fuck from Sirius.
I don't give a fuck unless somebody's cooking. If you got the grill working, hit me up and I'll show up. Other than that, I don't give a fuck what the 4th of July and the Independence, and I don't care about that shit. But if you grilling, then I'm on my way, man. Who's grilling? Y'all grilling?
Hell no.
Y'all not grilling? You know, he's
Oh
gonna
nah.
put some. Y'all ain't grilling?
Shit, I got a gig.
Oh, I'm a man
I got
working.
they had fireworks. That's all the kids want to see. Fireworks. I don't fucking know.
Fireworks and no grill. All right, well, look through my phone book, see who grilling. and yeah.
On that note, my friend,
um,
take us out, man.
yeah. Let me. All right. Oh, my bad. Before we go, I do want to ask. We didn't say shit about like nothing relationship, no date, no nothing. I got turned up here. We didn't ask. But I got a question, just real quick. Just a
Hey, look, man, I could
question.
always come back next week.
No,
too.
no, we're gonna bring you back, definitely, man. We definitely gonna bring you back. You've been a good guest, man. But I do want to ask this: Dutch on the dollar. All right, Dutch on the dollar. That's
Ooh.
somebody went
Oh,
Dutch
man.
on the dollar.
That's
Um,
tough, yo.
Let me.
You are a lame ass dude if you don't have $1 for a date.
Let me,
Okay. What's
let
the
me-
context?
yeah, let me bring
What's
up the
the
story.
context?
I'm gonna bring up the story. I'm gonna read the story because this was so crazy to me. Um, I had to. I had to. So this person says I suggested a dollar theater date that I love because it was intimate and
She's a
interesting.
winner. She's a winner right there.
They had 50-cent Tuesdays. We went on Tuesday, get to the ticket booth, and he goes ahead of me to pay. Breaks $1 to get one ticket and steps aside so I can pay. That was no, but hold on, it's not hold on.
Brothers.
Here's another. I can't stand ain't shit niggas, bro. Here's another. I had a dude beef with me at a breakfast date for ordering cheese on my eggs. When he got the bill, it said premium cheese. I only got cheddar cheese. He was like, next time you order expensive shit, it would be nice if you asked first.
Okay, brothers out there, white, black, green, yellow. We cannot defend you if you keep acting like ain't shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously.
Hey,
Come
man. Oh, hey,
Come on, man.
Now the first example I got a little something for, but the cheese on the eggs, I can't slide with that.
nah,
One.
it'd
I
be
can't
nice
slide
if
with that
if she knew she was gonna order. They got American cheese. If you gonna order cheddar cheese, it'd be nice if you had said something. They charging me premium slice cheese for
one.
these
Like
eggs.
premium prices.
Like I'm just saying, courtesy,
The 30 cents is gonna break his pockets.
bro.
Let's let,
Courtesy. Like
let's go.
it's the thought. It's the
Oh
idea
my
that
God.
counts, bro. Like it's show. You know what it's showing me? It's showing me that you don't have consideration for other people's
You
pockets, bro.
selfish. You're just
It's
selfish.
straight selfish. You only considering
Yeah,
yourself
just-
and what you want. That's what it's showing me. I gotta look deeper.
Look, man, I will say this: like, if you got to pay extra to put cheese on your eggs, the restaurant ain't that damn nice anyway. So, like, you probably already at IHOP getting the 2 for 10.
There
You
you
might
go.
as well like let the cheese go.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. Bring
But
it to a nice spot. Yeah,
Oh my God.
this is IHOP, but it's in a good neighborhood.
How
the first one I can only go with a little bit, and I'm gonna say why. And this is gonna sound terrible, but I can only go with it a little bit
Okay.
because let's say it wasn't $1 movie, right?
Mm.
Let's say you wanted to go to the IMAX joint, and those tickets are 25 a piece.
Mhm.
Now I will pull out a $50 bill and get my $25 change, and I might step to the side. I'm not, but I'm just talking about the rationale here. Just talking the rationale. So if price doesn't make a difference, and the rationale is that we're going to go on this date and go Dutch and split the cost, he's absolutely justified in splitting it. I can't. I tried.
No, see, you can't finish that. You can't even finish that.
Tried.
You cannot finish it because you know it's bullshit. Because you know it's bullshit.
I kind of get the lie. Like if
Nah,
you
man, fuck
establish that y'all gonna go Dutch before the date even start,
Well, come on, dollar.
regardless of how much it costs,
It's the
then
principle.
that's
I
the
get it.
principle. You stick to the principalities of the
All she gotta
situation.
do, I tell you what she does. She goes, all right, I'm gonna pay my $25, or I'm gonna pay my 50 cents because it's a dollar theater. And we have not, don't call my phone no more. I enjoyed the movie, but don't call my phone because it's a fucking dollar. If you can't afford a dollar, fuck principle. It's a dollar. It's a dollar. $1, 4 quarters, 100 pennies. If you can't do that, we have nothing to talk about.
Why you counting my pockets? Suppose I just paid for a loved one surgery today. All I got is $2. All I got is $2 left in my pockets.
Even out. Say you want to stay home and watch.
You wanted to go to the dollar theater. What I'm gonna tell you? No, I like you and I want you, so I'm gonna take you to the dollar theater. I was hoping that you had $1 for yourself. That's what I was hoping.
So basically, we're in the dollar theater, just dry mouthed and everything. We're not drinking no sodas. We're not getting popcorn. Like,
that's what I was about to say. Now, is she offering for the concession stand or something? But also, how did they get there? Did they meet? Like, did he pick her up?
Bro,
is she Uber there?
I had enough gas in my car to get there and back home. So I hope you wasn't expecting a ride.
So you're coming with me.
So you're not.
I was hoping after this date things would go well, and you come back to the crib,
come back to my house,
and
Hey man, many dates have been, girls will give up the booty for $1 movie, right? Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, man.
Look, she said it was. Let me tell you the words of why she chose.
Because she liked it. It was intimate, and I get that.
Yeah, it was.
But you're expecting the dude or who you with? We going Dutch? Yeah, but it's $1.
First of all, a movie is a sorry ass first date anyway.
Absolutely, horrible first date. That's a horrible. You can't talk.
Terrible.
You just sit in the theater with a stranger.
Oh man, well yeah. If you're just gonna do that, then that's bad. But you can do a dinner and a movie, or a movie and then a dinner.
Not for this guy.
Well, no. Stop pocket watching, bro. That's all I had at the time.
We're going to the theater and listen. McDonald's is right around the corner. It's $1 menu. Listen, what you got? Go in your car.
Nigga got coupons for the $1 menu.
He got coupons for the $1 menu, bro. Look, y'all, hey man, y'all leave my man alone.
Being ancient,
trying the best he can. He's probably gonna woo her with the personality later. Like, listen, man, I know that looked kind of crazy, but
here's the hard factor of it all.
Like it.
This is what it really is. Like, and I'm sorry to quote this woman, but she's prolific in this statement. Cardi B said, broke dudes don't deserve no pussy. And that's just that. Like, that's the definition of a broke dude that don't, like, I don't know, man. And for real, a lot of these issues definitely could be solved if people just stopped fucking. Like, if you wasn't so worried about getting that dick that you take $1 movie like as the entrance way,
as the gateway,
like, niggas would step they shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta raise your value.
Yeah, like, you gotta put your prices up too. You know, like shit. I'm calling her out too.
It's a recession.
Hey man, I don't know about you. I would appreciate a woman who said, "Let's go to a $1 theater." First of all, you know of a $1 theater somewhere? Let's go.
That what got me in the conversation. This is still $1 theaters.
First of all, let's establish just right now. Are we going Dutch or not? That's all I want to know, bro. You want this $1 theater and you want me to pay for dinner afterwards? Something's got to go, yo. Like, one or the other, you know. And let me tell you about this magnificent place with these wonderful arches.
Yes.
It's the most beautiful, most grandiose thing you've ever seen in your life. No, yeah, that's crazy. It's hard to make excuses for guys like this. I hope this story is just a joke, but it's a lot of people in the world. It's probably not. Probably a real situation. I hope this person isn't black, but
man, I hope. Ooh.
Probably is.
y'all hear about the joint where the lady was basically like, oh, I think y'all talked about it. He should keep paying for me after we broke up. Y'all talked about
it. Man, we were supposed to talk about that. She was on Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, hold on.
I gotta see that joint.
Oh, yeah, because I gotta see that whole thing too.
Watch the whole clip. We can talk about next week.
Yeah.
That's definitely it's funny as shit. I watched the clip. It's hilarious.
I will say this. I tried to really give her like a fight, give her a push. Like, listen, maybe I tried. And after watching those Kevin Samuel clips, I was like, bitch, why would you? I was fighting for you. Why would you do this?
Hold
You
on.
needed that
I
clout.
want to dive into that whole Kevin Samuels one next week. I really do.
All right. Anyways, man, hey, you guys have been great, man. This has been a good show.
Turn up, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Turn
Hell
up,
yeah,
man.
man.
Hey,
Thank
listen,
you.
this was so
Thank
much
y'all.
fun. I would say if your schedule's clear next week, we would definitely have you on.
Yes.
Like, why not?
Bet.
Good.
Yeah, man.
I'm in there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the calendar now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Do that.
confirm it now, because
Confirm it, right.
I do a shit job at confirming stuff. So yeah, confirm it now. That's good. Chat Koala, you were lit today. We didn't have a lot of activity, but Koala, you were lit, and I know you had to leave and come back, but sweetie, you are fantastic. I appreciate you. I'm sure Adrian appreciates you.
Absolutely.
You are appreciated. But yeah, that's it, man. Hey, everybody, appreciate checking us out. Fellas, I will talk to y'all later. Koala, I will
Brother?
get up with you later. Have a happy 4th of July. I don't know.
Have a nice Sunday off.
Hey,
Right.
just be happy, just to be happy. And then on
There
that
you
note,
go.
we are going to get up out of here. So I will holler at you all later. Peace.
Peace.